Hello
That's
and
it.
good evening. It is 6 p.m., July 28th, 2021. This is the Strive Alumni Town Hall, and this is the anniversary edition. Hey, Terrence, what's happening?
Hey,
Hey, CJ.
hey, girl, hey.
Hey. So, the reason why I am excited is because, first of all, I'm not by myself. I have two of my favorite people on the planet here, and we were just spending some time reminiscing about uh, how this all got started. But before we do that, at the top of the hour, we celebrate folks, we celebrate our alumni. So I want to, as you are getting in the chat, and I'll talk about the chat later, if you're watching live, feel free to chat on. This is interactive, this is informal, this is a celebration. Uh, you folks wanted to give a shout out. So Strive has graduated its first ever IT support specialist class. So I want to give a special shout out to Ori Reyes, to Brandon DeMarco, to Ernesto Barragan, to Gary Sen, to Harry Henry, to Kush Demery, to Megan Gillen, Nima Lama. I see you, Nima. To Anima Calderon, to Richard Anthony Williams, Shani Pilgrim, Sharif Jallo, and Tiffany Martin Lobin for being our first ever IT support specialist class. I also want to say hello to the health and office grads that made it their business to attend LinkedIn for job seekers, and for those who are the newest members of our Strive Alumni LinkedIn group. So that would be, hold on a minute. That would be hello and shout out to Marilyn Lopez, to Amita Fohahan, to Bernica Gurdage, to Christina Adriano, to Cynthia Dumbe, to Accent Arcelay, to Denise Lozano, Gail Walker, Reggie Kiki, Letitia Ezel, Sek Young Oh, and T. Troya Harris. So proud of you. You graduated this past Friday, and please keep in touch. Um, Another celebration took place yesterday where Terrence, as a matter of fact, hosted our virtual partners connection. And so I just wanted to give a big shout out to our community partners who are doing the work. And I'm just going to name the folks that were able to join us yesterday. That would include the Center for Employment Opportunity. We had the Network Support Services. We see you. We had Bedford Stuyvesant Restoration Corporation, Exodus Transitional Community, the SUNY Bronx Education Opportunity Center, Faith at Work Christian Church, Elm Core Youth and Adult Activities, Inc., NY Connects, Sustainable Parents Institute Network, the Washington Heights Workforce One Center, the Citywide Oversight Committee, SAVE, Stand Against Violence East Harlem, Mesa Charter High School Institute for Family Health, Borican Neighborhood Health Center, and certainly our friends at the Community Bank at Chase on 125th Street, as well as Santander and all the other partners. In other words, there are a lot of people working together to improve our community. And many times we do the work, but we don't take time to say thank you, to celebrate. I also have to say thank you to the Envision Center at Taino Towers, Thank you to all of the Strive staff. And we're going to give more shout outs, but I want to really get to the chat, share some highlights from a year ago. CJ, do you realize that when we were on quarantine, we were trying to figure out a way to let our alumni know that, first of all, that Strive hadn't closed and that Strive was still here and they could reach out to us. And then I also remember saying to Terrence, you know, what if we just went, we have a YouTube channel, what if we just try to go live? And you said, Terrence, bet, or something to that effect. And so we thought it would be pretty neat, pretty cool for us to relive that moment. So here we are, July 28th, 2021. But let's take a look back 1 year ago, July 22nd, 2020. CJ, you can go ahead and share it. Making history.
Yeah.
My scooter.
Okay.
My scooter.
And now, give me a few minutes, okay?
My mommy.
Each of you are looking at it.
Huh?
Each of you have Strive's live stream up. No.
Technically, I do on, oh, Linda.
Because we got two people now.
Okay.
Double checking. Belinda's on. Comments.
What's wrong?
There we go.
What you said?
Comments is great. Yeah.
And good evening. Welcome to the first ever Strive Alumni Town Hall. So glad that you made the time to join us. I'm Berna Hamilton. Along with me is Terrence Byerson and Clarence CJ Jackson. We will have some time to answer your questions. Just wanted to give you the layout. We are broadcasting this live stream to our Strive YouTube channel. If you are not already subscribed, please take some time to do so. For this broadcast, we have the comments that will go straight to us. And so, for example, thank you, Belinda, for being our first comment. And so what we're going to do is basically have an open dialogue. We have been sheltering in place as most of the country has been, and we would like to hear from those of you, our alumni, who make what we do possible. Because if you did not, first of all, make that first step to come to Strive, to take advantage of all that we have going on, and then take that and spread the word about us, we would not grow to more than 70,000 as we have. And so I would like to just extend a welcome, a big hug. I know we're not able to do it in person, but just letting you know that Strive is here for you. So without more fanfare or further ado, I'm going to transfer the mic virtually to CJ so he can talk to you about what's going on.
And I think I'll do that now. I'll talk about what's been going on. It's been a year, and as you can tell, a lot has changed. um,
Why haven't I changed?
you're the only person on this screen who looks the same. Terrence is still in his phone doing money deals. My hair is a little shorter, um, but
So brows were on fleek though.
definitely. So one, just congratulations on just consistency, determination, resolution, not just for us as being the presenters of this, but for our entire community, our entire alumni association. All of you have taken this year and really put yourselves out there, going to class virtually, going to trying to get these jobs, trying to do the next best thing despite the calamity that we were facing. And a year later, as the world is seemingly open up, you cannot reflect on those steps that you've taken last year and see the tangible results. So just kudos to you. Kudos to everything that you've accomplished in this wonderful year that we've been in. And so, like I did last year, let's talk about what's been happening. There's a lot of wonderful things going on with Strive. We still have our asset building community, still
Oh yeah,
helping
yeah, yeah,
everyone.
yeah, yeah. Yeah. Because I'm just my mind is going through, and I know the first guest we had was Lucinda Cross
Mhm.
because we were launching our entrepreneurship class, and she came in, and shameless plug, all of our alumni town halls are on our YouTube channel. So if you haven't already, you can click like and subscribe and hit the notification bell so that every time that there's a new video from us, you can be among the first to know about it. Okay, back from the commercial. Uh, we were talking about our entrepreneurship class, which then our next guest was the one and only Laura Byerson, who set the table for uh, from see every let me back up. Every alumni hall builds on the next one. So we literally take the questions and comments that you have and the ideas, and we go back, put things together, and let you know what's happening. So we took what Laura shared with us about finances, and we asked all of you, because your response was overwhelming, say yes, more of this, more of this, more of this. So then we partnered together with Nicole King, who is also previous guest. She was in January of this year. And we started the asset building series. And I'm going to pass the mic to Terrence, because not only Terrence and CJ and Nicole were hosting these, we thought it was going to be a session, but all of you told us that, look, it took more than a month to get into these situations. It's going to take us more than a month to get out of them. So we want this to be a discussion group, which we did. And Terrence, talk about, if you will, your particular sessions that you did around banking and why you're passionate about those who are unbanked being able to find the bank on accounts.
First of all, I'd like to give a shout out to Nicole King, who is Harlem's banker. Anybody from Harlem knows who she is. She's also a former Strive grad as well. And she is vice president of community. I get a title wrong, but she's a community banker, vice president. Definitely a woman of color who has come a long way and who has succeeded and is a role model to a lot of individuals. She's also a great friend of Strive. She's always on time whenever we need her. She's always there to give us her time and her expertise. And my feeling about financial literacy, or I like to call it financial capability, is that it's very important to people in our community. Unfortunately, we don't talk about money because unfortunately, a lot of times we don't have the money to talk about. So therefore, sometimes you don't even need money. Credit really has nothing to do with money. It has something to do with trust. You can have $1 million in the bank and don't pay any bills and have the worst credit in the world. Yet you can have $3,000 in the bank and have an 850 credit score because you are paying your bills on time. So there's a lot of knowledge out there that our community lacks due to us being not informed of what we can do financially. Yes, we are able to buy homes. There's a lot of programs out there that we are able to buy homes. Yes, we are able to save for our retirement. Yes, we are able to budget. Yes, we can stop using check cash in places for our banks. There's banks out there where you will need a certain amount of money to have a bank account, where you're not going to be charged overdraft fees, where you are not going to be charged fees for not having a certain amount. And a lot of times in our community, we don't know that. So we at Strive, our goal is to make sure that we inform as many people as possible about the possibilities of being banked, of having a bank account. Because when you go to get that home, you're going to need some kind of credit, you're going to need a bank account, you're going to need those tools. So we are here to provide the tools, and I think it's very important. We also incorporate financial capability into our curriculums at Strive. And CJ can probably talk more about that. But yes, we teach that. First of all, I believe it should be taught in the schools. But anyway, it's very important that we talk about those aspects of financial capability. And that's what we do here at Strive. And that's what we want our alumni to know, that that's what we're here for. And any alumni that's listening, whatever you want to talk about or need to talk about or want to get some advice on or presentation, by all means, let us know, because that's what we're here for.
I think that's a good segue. Sorry.
No. I was just going to say, I forgot to mention one of our early partners and staunch partners would be Neighborhood Trust Financial Partners, and that they still offer our Strive alumni, both in New York and Atlanta, free financial coaching. And for some who don't know what that means, if you say have a bill in collections that you need some relief from, or you don't know if you have a credit score or not, or you don't know what is on your report, they are, first of all, they're a nonprofit. You do not have to pay them money. And they're very effective at making sure that the record is straight concerning your finances. And if you are in New York, I'm going to put the text code, but you can text Strivers to 646-349-5959. Why do I know that number by heart? Because it's on our newsletter every week, our Strive alumni newsletter. You're going to text Strivers with an S, to 646-349-5959. If you are in Atlanta, you are going to text Strive ATL to 646-349-5959. You are able to get your own counselor, and once you set up your first appointment, you have access to them forever. Okay. That's what I was going to say, CJ. You may have been, and Neighborhood Trust Financial Partners Trust Plus is their service. So those of you that are familiar with Neighborhood Trust, some of you are familiar with Trust Plus, they're all the same family. I'm gonna check this chat, CJ, while you take it.
One of the things that we've preached since day one was that we are a community that elevates your voice. Our asset building course came about because you all decided to tell us this is what you wanted. And so you see how robust your voice is, see how powerful your voice is, and see how necessary your voice is. And now in the Strive Alumni Association, our desire is to provide you more of the resources, the skills development, and the insights necessary to take not only your career to the next level, but then improve the rest of your lives. Getting a job is one facet of economic mobility. It's recognizing that you can do more with your money. It's building your money. That's the reason why I was asked to do the 7 streams of income. What can you do with your money after you have the bank? After you have the bank accounts, where does investing come in? How do you monetize a side hustle? How do you make your money compound and build interest? And what do you do with that interest? So on and so forth. But it all started with your voice. It all started with you saying, "Hey, we wanted this," and so we provided that. Do more of that. You guys said you wanted an entrepreneurial course. Hey, we brought in Lucinda Cross. You guys said that you wanted to learn about banking. We had Laura Biason, and then we had Nicole King, and now we partnered with Chase. The more you say that you need something, the more that we'll be able to do for you. Cool. What's going on in the chat, Verna?
Cecilia says, happy anniversary. Congratulations. That's the first thing in the chat. I'm putting in the text codes. And I have the sense that more people are watching than are actually participating in our chat. So
That sounds very Strive.
yes, I'm looking at you, Tara Gilbert. Shout out, who was our guest in March, her and Team Awesome, the business development crew. And this would be a good time to mention that people may or may not remember that they were able, in the pandemic, were able to connect nearly 700 people to jobs. And not just jobs for the sake of jobs, but jobs with benefits. There were remote positions. There were people who would join the healthcare union, 1199. There were those who, we also had, speaking of unions, we also had the great Dave Melton and Katana Yehuda. David Melton is with Greater New York Licit, the Labor and Education Cooperative, wait a minute, Labor and Employer Cooperation Education Trust. And so that's a long way of saying that they are a collection of several unions. And I'm going to give a shout out here to Shai Green, who is the new executive director of Pathways to Apprenticeship. So again, all of you said you want to find out not only how to, because the difference I believe with Strive is that we understand that getting a job is not the end all be all. There has to be a plan for growth. There has to be a plan for progression because needs change. And so we like to say that we change with them. And I'm going to shout out Martha Marquez. Hey, Martha. Hey, Tink. And this would be a good time also, another partner to acknowledge would be West Side Campaign Against Hunger. And this Friday, there is a food box distribution for those who have need of it. So if you have not already contacted Ms. Marquez, then I will also put her email in the chat. But there's one of the things that is important to realize is that we are only able to help meet a need when you let us know what's going on. And by the same token, communication is nothing if there's not a continuous loop. If it's not getting to, if the sender isn't connecting with the recipient and vice versa, then it's one-sided. And so what we want and what we desire and what we work for with our alumni is a dialogue. Not just, yes, we like to celebrate. We celebrate your achievements, but we also want to know when things are not going as smoothly as you would like them. Because just like this live stream didn't happen with one person, life takes a lot of people and a lot of parts, and all these parts are moving. So the goal is to move together, to let your vibe attract your tribe, to link up. And I consider it an honor to be a part of your board of directors. Consider us your lifelong partner, your mentor. You have support groups. We're here, but it's only as good if you know that you have access to these various things. So I feel like I'm talking a lot. So I'm going to check the chat.
Everything Verna said, yeah.
Guys, in this year's celebration, we also want to celebrate. We want to kind of let our hair down and just bask in our accomplishments. If any of you ever heard me speak at a graduation or taking one of my classes, you'll realize of how important that also is. So yes, get the work done, but also recognize that there's a lot going on. And despite everything that's going on in your individual lives and the lives around you and the spaces around you, that you are surviving, you're thriving, you're striving for so much more. So celebrate that. We've made a year as an alumni association, and there's so much more that we want to do. We want to provide you with more access to skill development. We want to provide you opportunities for leadership development. Terrence and I are currently working on a men's group that's going to provide some leadership skills development as well as mentorship. That should be coming around in the fall. It's going to be men-centered masculine leadership that's going to help you recognize that everything that you do at work, everything that you do in your lives, you can elevate that. You can become so much more. You can give back to your community. Most importantly, you can give back to yourself in healthy ways. And so we'll be doing that. In addition, there are support groups for any of you who may be going through anything. We have our women's support group. Additionally, if you just came home, we have support groups for those who just came home. We have support groups if you need anger management. Then we have our general support groups. Strive advocates heavily. Talk to somebody. Talk to somebody. All right. You may not want to go into structured and formal mental health counseling, but reach out and allow your voice to be heard. And sometimes you just need to vent. Sometimes you just need to yell. Sometimes you just need to cry. And so we give you those avenues so that it doesn't show up when you go to work on Monday morning at 9 o'clock. And then you explode at your boss because your arrears are so high and your baby mom is doing so on and so on. This is also the reason why we have our parenting course with our parenting coordinator, Martha Marquez, who can help you with those same things. You see how I'm talking about regular life and how we have something to support regular life. Strive is more than just getting you a job. In essence, we're kind of putting the job second and you first.
Right.
It's the reason why we have an alumni association, to bring it back to you. Yes, you've graduated and you got some skills. You've gotten that job. You've been on the job a year, a month, a few days. But ultimately, if we don't work on you, that job is meaningless.
Or you,
Yes.
or you
And
work
to-
on you. Go ahead. T.
And to piggyback off what CJ was saying as it pertains to mental health, to talk about mental health or to get counseling or to reach out and let somebody know that you need help, that's the new cool right now. Let's look at Naomi Osaka and Simone Biles.
Yeah.
Women that are at the top of their game, but they're letting people know that, listen, although I'm at the top of my game, I need to work. I need some help for my mental. If your ankle was hurting, you would go to the doctor, right? You go to the doctor, get it wrapped up because you're saying there's something wrong with my ankle. So you got to realize that your brain and your mind is just as important as your ankle or your finger or whatever you go to the doctor for. And it's always been a stigma that, you know, mental health is something that you should not talk about, or you should not, that means that you are not, that you're crazy, basically. That's the stigma that was in our communities. But right now, talking about mental health, getting help, seeing a therapist, that is the new cool. So I suggest everybody, if you need help with anything, by all means, seek that help out. And we at Strive, we are here to help you as well.
Yeah. I'd say it's self-care, or taking care of yourself is the new cool, because this past 18 months, I don't know about you two, it's been a lot. And it's been hard to see. We've had people who are no longer with us. We've had different ways of moving and being. But one of the things that I appreciate for the past year is a chance to really hone in to what is truly important. And the things that we thought, or personally I thought, you know, were important, what happens when everything stops? I find myself connecting with my family, making sure they're great, making sure I'm taking care of my health. Am I getting the proper amount of rest? Because that affects moods and balance and being able to respond versus react. Take a look at where my money is going, because I was sitting in on, I know the classes were designed for our alumni, but I was right in there taking notes, checking out, okay, high yield savings account. Okay, what's that about? Let's see, you know. But what really became precious to me is life. People that I share space with, even if it's in a Zoom meeting, things that I direct my attention toward. How did I want, you know, I don't know if you did this exercise, but once the quarantine lifts or what the pandemic lifts, what do I want my life to look like? Who do I want to be when I come up out of this? And that helped keep a sense of hope, of expectancy, and really just writing it out. What are some of the things that I wanted to do? I wanted to, for example, I wanted to be in the Diamond League of Duolingo. I wanted to spend, that's right, and I'm in the Diamond League, and and I have, for those of you who don't remember when I talked about Duolingo, that is still free if you want to learn a language other than English. And so I'm still working with that, but I wanted to have something to show for this time. I wanted to plot out my pattern of growth. And I believe that's one of the things that our Alumni Association excels in, because we ask people, where do you see yourself? Regardless of whether it sounds crazy to you or not, what do you think you would like to try? And to then look at, okay, where are you now? Where would you like to go? And then put those steps, those milestones to celebrate along the way. And I just have to say, I appreciate sharing the journey with you, CJ, and you, Terrence. And I have to give a shout out. You know who we haven't had on the Alumni Town Hall yet? And I'm gonna see if we can get on. The one and only Letitia Smith. our director of training. I'm gonna give a shout out to Rochelle Days. Definitely give a shout out to Lakeithia Furby and Jamal Vales. They are the executive directors of Strive New York and Strive Atlanta, respectively. Shout out to Phil Weinberg, our CEO. Shout out to Greg Wise, our national vice president of the networks. I'm going to give a shout out to Belinda Stokes, because Belinda, you, in fact, were our first viewer to let us know that we were not just out here by ourselves. And you and Afi and Rich and others have consistently, and Jill have consistently tuned in. I also want to give a shout out to every Strive alum who has been a guest on the town hall, because we want to feature you. So I'm saying thank you, Aaron. Thank you, Jason. Thank you, Antonio. Who am I missing? I think those are the names that immediately come to mind. And if you have a topic that you would want us to dive into, because let's see, was it 2 months back that we featured the voter registration, trying to dispel some of the misinformation about justice impacted individuals and their right to vote. And thank you, GOSO. Thank you for all of the organizations that came together that evening and helped our alumni become more involved about the ranked choice system and we want to thank previous speakers at graduations. I'm thinking of all the various guests that we have had, from Trust Plus to voter registration to asset building to family development to finding work. And I have to say a shout out to Henry Comas of the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development, because he came, I believe it was September of 2020, I didn't even know that at that time people could log on to their website and find work remotely. And so he gave us that information. So this live stream has not only been relational, it's been informational, and it has been growth for us. You saw when we started out with a platform called StreamYard, I became very nice with Zoom. And thank you, shout out to Meredith at Strive for keeping the YouTube channel, as well as Aaron and Mandy. I have to say that when we started out on our YouTube channel, I think our subscriptions were 83. And now we're 187. Our goal is to get to 250. So if either one of you want to give a promo of why people should click like and subscribe, go for it.
I want to tell people to click like and subscribe. Mostly, let's celebrate some of our students, celebrate some of their achievements. We started our Alumni Association featuring an entrepreneurial course. A lot of our participants have gone on and had illustrious careers. I want to do a shameless shout out to all of the participants of Masters. You all have been
please. I've been waiting for this. Please.
I want to kind of give everyone an update on some of the things that they're doing. First and foremost, shout out to Daniel Johnson of Get Up Incorporated. Daniel doing incredible things. He has expanded his business to do fitness for young people. Get Up Fitness, Get Fit Saturdays are still happening. $25 in Harlem at 3 p.m. and
Wait a
5
minute.
p.m.
Wait a
in
minute.
Brooklyn.
Hold on.
What
You've
happened?
been doing Get Up Saturdays?
Yes, he has Get Up Saturdays. Yes,
At what time?
3 p.m. in Harlem, 5 p.m. in Brooklyn.
And do you have his number? We can plug that right now.
I got you right now. So you can email him at getupinc at outlook.com, or you can find him on Instagram at getupinc. Um and you can contact him, and his phone number is
I'm gonna pull up Instagram. Let's see.
I want water. I want water, Daddy.
one moment, baby. You can also contact Daniel 347 513 4583. Again, his email is getupinc at outlook.com. Get Fit Saturdays, 3 p.m. in Harlem, 5 p.m. in Brooklyn. The Harlem location is Marcus Garvey Park, and the Brooklyn location is that area around Prospect Park where the big thing is at. I forget by the museum. By the museum. Um,
Okay, so what is his Instagram handle again?
so it's Get Up Inc. Daniel.
There we go.
We go 100. He also has a youth fitness program for anyone ages 5 to 12 years old. He has a youth fitness program. He does one-on-one as well as group fitness for anyone interested. He's really hands-on, and he does something that you get at Strive, motivational training. He helps you to realize your limitations and to go beyond those limitations. As his motto says, you got to go 100s. You have to get up in order to get anywhere in life. So shout out to Daniel. He's also reaching his anniversary of Get Up and celebrating 4 years of achievement. Next, I want to shout out Marvis Ramirez of Bronx Photo Images. Marvis has done an incredible job. If you're looking for someone to take professional headshots, or you're looking for someone to do family moments, his business, Photo Image Picture, is really good. Shout out to Marvis Ramirez.
Marvis on Instagram as well.
Yes, Photo Image Picture is his
Hold on.
Instagram.
Let me pull it up. Photo Image Picture.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't mind plugging them at all, if that helps. Photo Image Picture.
Yes. There it is. So if you scroll, you can see some of the pictures that he takes. He does a lot of street photography, and you can buy these. You can buy these pictures if you want some great art of New York City as well as Los Angeles. So he does a really good job. For those of you who are professionals and looking for headshots, he's the man to go to. Um, Next, I want to shout out Melissa Isaac Ross, celebrating 2 years at Modern MD.
Modern MD.
2 years, yes, she's celebrating 2 years at Modern MD. So congratulations to her. Giovanna Felice Colon, I want to celebrate her on becoming a businesswoman and launching her family's clothing line. All right, family clothing line. So shout out to Giovanna. Shout out
on Instagram.
She is not yet. It's coming soon.
Not yet. It's coming. Okay.
Shout out to the Music Messiah, Charles Long. He just dropped his EP. Music Messiah is It's on Spotify currently. Music Messiah is his name. He just dropped his EP. So shout out to him. Shout out to Antonio Gonzalez for getting into the union, the Carpenters Union. He's been a Strive graduate. He graduated in 2017, had a number of issues, went through our FSD program, came back at advanced program, but Antonio has finally gotten to where he wanted to be in, and he just recently in June of this year got into the union.
Antonio Quinones or
Don Gonzalez.
Gonzalez?
Um,
Congratulations, Antonio.
I'm just incredibly. So many of you guys. You guys are all doing a lot. Brandon Bates. He has his food truck and his food preparation business. If you anywhere in Harlem, 110th Street in Madison, you need a plate of food right now. What time is it? Yeah, y'all go ahead and get some plates. He's selling some really good Afro Latina cuisine. It is really, 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 really good. Just so many masters, and I just want to celebrate all of you. And last but not least, in that celebration is our barbecue. For our not barbecue, our picnic that we're having on September 4th in Prospect Park. Come out, even if you're not a master, come out and just support all of us as we come together. I'll send out the flyer and it'll be featured in the next Alumni Association's newsletter.
Awesome. Good, because I want to. I like that. I like being able to feature alumni businesses that people can support, that yes, so that they can grow and so that they eventually can hire more Strive alums. What do you say? Let's I see moguls in the making. There was something else. So, I know what it was. Strive Atlanta is they're about to graduate their first ever cohort of business administration support. And that is next Friday. So stay tuned because we do live stream our graduations. The next Strive graduation is coming up on August the 20th. It's the Masonry, and that will live stream at 10 a.m. Again, we also have the graduations if you're interested and just want to relive the moment. Feel free. Thank you, Ray McGuire. You graciously came in and became a speaker for, I want to say it was our IT support specialist graduation. And so you never know who's going to show up at your graduation. You never know who is. I mean, it's Zoom, so we don't have to pay airfare. So
I would like to take this moment just to recognize the trainer down in Atlanta who just joined our Strive family, and as we celebrate their first cohort. This is her first cohort as their facilitator. So shout out Nicole, on your success and continued growth within Strive.
Yay, Nicole. Yay, Nicole. Let's just shout out the entire Strive Atlanta crew. Shout out to Jamal, Corinne, Lisa, Anne Renee, Nicole. You guys are thebomb.com. You're awesome. You're just all that. How about that? I'll just leave it there. Terrence.
Yes.
What's happening with the community? What's up next? And usually, you've been to the Polo Grounds. You're working with Wagner. What's
I don't have anything coming up right now. Nothing that I can shout out to anybody. As I get them, I make sure that I'm a part of that. But nobody has sent me anything right now. So no, I don't have anything.
I thought you were going to shout out Goso.
Shout out Goso?
Yeah, that's what I thought you were going to do.
Oh, Okay, shout out to Go Show. Shout out to Exodus. Shout out to Department of Probation.
Yes.
Shout out to all of our partners. You know,
Yes.
we have too many for me to shout out, and I don't want to really leave anyone out. You know.
I know. But you know, I if you could just, I just wanted to congratulate you on yesterday's virtual partners connection. And I know you do what you do, but I just wanted to say it was so warm and so authentic and so needed to have all of us come together to address what's happening, the needs of our community. And so thank you for being the pilot for that. I'm happy to be your co-pilot. But I'm really excited about the energy and the enthusiasm behind. It was a movement.
Thank you. I appreciate that. And like I said, yes, I wanted to do that because we are all in the business of helping individuals to be their best selves. And sometimes, well, all the times it takes a village. And if we're all in the same village, I think everyone should know each other in their village. Sometimes we're in the same village, but you may need something and you don't know 2 doors down that person have what you need. So we should all know each other. All of our partners should connect. We should all connect. And we will be doing this again. I'm going to do another Partner Connect meeting event. It's not even a meeting, it's an event. And I hope that at the next one, it will be live so that we can, you know, break some bread and really mingle and network together. So stay tuned for that.
With the spirit of reciprocity.
Reciprocity.
Yeah, that one.
That word.
As we're entering the top of the hour, I would be remiss to not acknowledge you all. It's been a year, and I've been with Strive for going on 5 years now, and I've worked with you both closely. And I have to say that individually, you both given me something that has been incredible. Terrence, I've always looked at you as a mentor. You're my 100 Black Men brother. You are somebody I aspire to be in a number of ways. I mean, Black don't crack. You're 199 years old, but you're so youthful and so invigorated. And I like to say that I'm a great speaker, and I'm prolific in that realm. I hate coming after you. Because of just infectious nature, how you fill a room, even virtually, your ability to network, your ability to touch each and every different person. It doesn't matter if you're the CEO of Mars or the person on the corner sweeping the street. You are just an inanimate person, and I salute you and Verna. Oh my God!
Thank you, my
just
brother.
A genuine person who has such a groundedness, an earthiness to you that it's almost warm being in your presence. And then you couple that with such a deep knowledge of the world. Not even just little nicks and knacks. You're just so worldly, but yet so grounded. And our conversations always illuminate me, helping me to think deeper, helping me to recognize and see things differently and to see myself differently. And just working with you to, particularly on this project, to bring this to fruition, to help our alumni. It shows the heart and the drive that you have, and that's representative of all Strive. So first and foremost, thank you all for just the individual people that you are, and professionally, thank you guys for showing up.
Thank you
my brother.
Much.
And I
just
got something in my eye.
Live stream, I'm about to say, man, I'm trying to tell you, I'm not crying. Salt messes up lashes. I'm not doing it. Listen.
And Steve, you are a great speaker, my brother. You are very motivating.
You are you.
You can come after me anytime.
Right, there's one you. Just watch out for that Bitcoin, man. That's all I got to tell you. So I got to tell you. Listen, it is great when you can love your work, it is even greater when you can love the people that you work with, and
Definitely.
that you can just show up and be yourself. And so you're watching, and in the chat there was a minor correction about Get Up. Grand Army Plaza, I believe, I'm told, is the Brooklyn location for Get Up.
Okay.
But either way, get up and go see Daniel Johnson. Follow him on Instagram. Follow all the folks on Instagram. Actually, you'll
get that information if you follow Strive on Instagram and on LinkedIn. We'll provide you that information. All
right.
the that's in those levels.
Which
Yes.
I almost forgot, since I'm sharing things. Listen.
Yes, please join our LinkedIn page.
That's right. I'm about to share so they can see it. Woo-hoo. Not that though. Let's go. Can you guys see it?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So,
Yes.
ladies and gentlemen, this is our Strive link